the largest banking scam in history. The ABG Shipyard case. ABG Shipyard is a Gujarat-based company that did a fraud of $3,018,900 from the banks. According to the Central Bank of Investigation, CBI, the company has been taking loans from the banks since 2015. However, due to the unavailability of capital in their business assets, they could not repay the loans. Thus, the account turned into non-performing assets, NPAs, due to the non-payment of dues by the company in 2013. There were 28 banks, including State Bank of India, SBI, IDBI, and ICICI, who were tricked and lured into the trap in order to accomplish the unethical task of the company. Later in 2019, SBI identified the fraud and filed a complaint on November 8, 2019. It was uncovered during the investigation that they were investing the loans in other companies taken by the banks rather than stabilizing their own company. Thus, a separate money laundering case was also started to be investigated against the company. The parties are the companies linked with the ABG Shipyard invested and purchased the property and land from the provided fund. The properties were purchased without keeping ABG Shipyard Company liable, out of security. Further, politics was involved in it as Modi's government was being held responsible. The fraud case was identified early in 2019, yet the filed complaint was pretty late by November. Thus, the indication that the government is involved in order to protect the people of Gujarat spread like a fire in the forest, becoming a big controversy. However, the banks did a good job of identifying fraud in lesser time. The actions against fraud are to be taken immediately to prevent greater loss. Banking is a crucial financial asset for safety and keeping institutions. Personal and business operations are very much dependent on the operations of banks in order to exchange money. The businesses send and receive the money for business purposes, while the employees are also paid for their work through online transactions. Further, people keep their money in banks to prevent it from being lost. However, banks are not the safest place anymore. Banking scams are frauds, illegal and unethical ways of obtaining and getting hold of people's assets, money, and other properties. Banking scams are considered white-collar scams as it is pretty difficult to identify them and protect them from them when they are scammed. The scammers in a very convenient and approachable way put forth several deals in front of the users, that may include cash prizes, doubling of profit, and investments in the businesses. Thus, the naive and unaware victims take the deal and welcome trouble for them. The never-ending loop of trap begins and it doesn't end easily. The scammer makes them, the victims, share their personal details such as bank accounts, access to personal assets, and the security codes of the financial institutions which they later use for the purpose of accomplishing their unethical and illicit goal. ABG Shipyard is a Gujarat-based company with 16 years of experience in building over 165 vessels. It is part of the ABG group of companies dealing with different departments and interests. The company was established in 1985 with its main operations being run in Mumbai headquarters. The shipyard department operated in Surat and Dodge with 46 ships for the purpose of export. In addition to that, they also have repairs and maintenance facilities in India, particularly in Goa. It became the largest company in the sector of the shipyard as it has a capacity to manufacture vessels up to 20 tons in weight. The company produces a wide range of commercial vessels, from self-loading products to self-discharging products. The ABG company was also assigned the contract to build warships and vessels for the Indian Navy. They were even awarded $130 million to build cadet training ships for the Indian Navy. Their business was pretty extended and spread around with a vast amount of opportunities and business. Yet, despite a well-known reputation and a successful operation of the business in the shipbuilding industry, they chose greediness and started performing illicit activities to generate more money and wealth. This case study is about what is known to be the biggest scam in India. A well-known and famous company is known as ABG Group of Companies, those who run business in multiple sectors and departments along with making a huge profit. The company was known for its reputation and was pretty successful in its business. The business was widely spread with 40 ships allocated for the purpose of exports. The company took an immense amount of loans from 28 different banks. The amount they owed to those banks was near 23,000 crore. The ABG company created a web of transactions to deceive and trick the banks, making them release loans due to their well-known reputation in the business sector. The banks they trapped to generate money also included the State Bank of India, SBI, which is considered to be the national bank and the biggest bank in India. However, the company did not hesitate to take a risk and put itself in bigger trouble by messing with the strongest administration and securely backed up bank. The ABG Shipyard Company very cleverly took each and every step, making sure they would be saved and can be backed by the profits they will receive. Following the strategy, they took loans from different banks instead of spending that money to stabilize their own company's financial position. They went against the law and invested the loan money abroad. They bought the properties and assets in the name of affiliated companies and transferred the money they took as a loan to several related parties, either for the purpose of investment or for the purpose of buying assets in their name. Thus, the ABG company itself was not to be held liable for the properties they purchased according to the contract. They excluded their company's security. The authorities conducted the forensic audit to get a better view and grasp a better understanding of the case by considering ABG Shipyard Company's activities between April 2012 and 2017. The forensics proved that the scam took place during this time period. They cleverly lured the banks into their trap. The company was able to escape the accountability of the trap they set back from 2012 to 2017. However, they were not able to run away for a long span of time. The recovered documents of the ABG Shipyard Company's business activities were used as evidence to prove their unethical and secretly carried out a plan to increase their financial assets. They not only owe banks within India but also involve overseas banks to accomplish their plan of making money in an unethical manner. This all started with the downturn of the company back in 2015, when the ABGSL constructed over 165 vessels, which also included the construction of specialized vessels, self-discharging, and loading of bulk cement and other products. However, the company had to face a bad fall due to the no demands of their manufactured vessels in the market, resulting in their invested money going to waste, and an immense increase in the loss of the company. The company found it very difficult to stick by the corporate debt restructuring (CDR) terms. The company started failing in paying back the loan amount in installments, along with being unable to service the interest on the due dates. The bank scam is difficult to identify and a massive loss for the victims at the same time. Our company can help customers identify the scam as well as gather the relevant information required for taking action. Get more information on bank scams to protect yourself. Visit our website. Wanted to get your money back from scammers? We offer a free consultation. Visit our website at www.fundstrace.com now. You can also subscribe to our newsletters and update yourself on any scams happening and ensure 100% safety of your personal information and hard-earned money.